too! I was just getting started! Fuck you, pancreas! Fuck you, cell! Fuck you!
Free.
Jesus! Holy fuck, what a rush! Do you want to go?
I'm Bianca. 10 minutes ago, I was diagnosed with stage Makazi pancreatic cancer. A 2 survival rate to me, a doctor. That's just a cold statistical joke. As if fate thought this wasn't ironic enough on the same day I treated Frank. His name is legendary at South District Hospital. A walking disaster sample. He is also the most familiar frequent visitor to our emergency room. This was his 59th visit. Frank's life is the polar opposite of mine. It's like a chaotic, unruly flame burning freely. Looking at his messy yet vivid vitality, something inside me collapsed in an instant. I can't save anyone, let alone myself. I didn't even have time to finish treating his wound. I hastily fled. I need a glass of wine, a strong liquor now, to hold a messy funeral for the first half of my life that followed the rules.
Morning drinker, woman after my own heart. What's the occasion?
Cancer.
Cancer?
Stage 3 pancreatic.
Oh, Jesus, you do need a drink. The alibi room is a couple of blocks away.
Okay, which direction?
Oh, I'll show you. Hold on.
最近换了新设备，剪辑快多了，而且没花什么钱，因为我把旧相机给卖了。像我的索尼相机找转转上门，回收了3300多。而且转转现在可回收的品类特别多，小到平板笔记本，大到空气净化器，甚至就连无人机、包包和腕表都能回收，一键下单，通通打包带走。总之有东西要回收，我首先推荐转转。
As soon as we walked into the bar, Frank started talking about my cancer, shamelessly trying to catch a free shot of hard liquor from the landlady. His appearance of having no shame and no bottom line, living like a carefree barbarian, but the landlady had clearly long been used to his tricks.
Your better half would have comped without a second thought. Bullshit! When did your heart get as black as your skin?
Oh my god, it's okay. I can pay. It's fine. More, please. Keep pouring.
As soon as Frank heard that I had never even smoked marijuana, he perked up and said he would take me to do something really outrageous. Faced with this proposal, I, a doctor, a Presbyterian, someone who needed to summon up courage just to speak loudly to others, actually agreed without hesitation. I even insisted on experiencing the entire process of a marijuana deal firsthand. I'm like a child with excessive curiosity. I want to touch that world which I've always been told is dangerous.
Hands in the air! I'm a fucking cop! I'm kidding.
Watching the expressions of drug dealers and Frank collectively petrify. I just realized how ridiculous and childish my madness is. My rebellion is tinged with the bookishness left by an elite education. By the shores of Lake Michigan, the effects of marijuana crept up gradually. The world turned light and weightless, all senses amplified to the maximum. We let time slip away just like that. Until the night swallowed the surface of the lake, Frank was still telling his racist, politically incorrect, and tacky jokes. In that instant, all identities, labels, and moral shackles vanished. I was no longer Dr. Bianca. I was just a dying person, with someone who lived without any inhibitions. I told him my name, Bianca. It felt like a ritual, as if I were burying my old name and old life together at the bottom of Lake Michigan.
You ever streak before?
Many times. Just never on purpose.
Huh. Well, come on.
Jesus. This is gonna be bad.
Frank, that man who would never turn down any crazy invitation, stripped off his clothes and followed. The next day, Frank took me to find Daisy T. Girl who'd stolen my prom date back in high school, the only time I do ever felt the urge to hit someone. Now she was a mother, living the life I do once yearn for so deeply. Right in front of her son, I threw that punch. It knocked out one of her teeth and shattered the chains that had been weighing on my heart for over a decade. I fled laughing, feeling freer than Adu ever felt before. That night on the bus, I fell asleep with my head resting on Frank's shoulder. I was so tired, yet so content. These 2 days had been more exciting than all my past 30 years combined. He even thoughtfully took me back to my apartment, according to the address on my driver's license. The next morning, the sobriety after the hangover left me. Feeling a bit at a loss, that good girl, Bianca, briefly took the upper hand again. I drove Frank out, as if expelling a virus that shouldn't have appeared in my life. I needed to sort things out, but I didn't even know what exactly I needed to sort out. But Frank actually came back. He stood downstairs with a bunch of flowers, shouting my name like a madman. His words were vulgar and straightforward, yet they carried more power than all of my sister's persuasions combined.
Every last drop of gratification out of this world before you croak. I'm your man.
Frank,
Stick with me, woman. And you will not go gentle into that good night.
My family, in the name of love, tried to push me back onto that path of treatment that I feared the most, one filled with pain. But Frank, this shameless drunkard, was promising me exactly what my heart desired. He wouldn't force me to have chemotherapy, wouldn't push me to stay positive, and even more so, wouldn't kidnap me with that heavy kind of love. I had already made up my mind to die. No one could save me. So I chose Frank. Chose that path of revelry leading to the end.
but truthfully, I am fighting for my goddamn dignity. Why can't they see that?
For whatever it's worth, sounds pretty brave.
I have a shelf life.
I am aware.
Then why are you doing this?
Not exactly sure.
After a night of hangover on the street, we arrived at a high-end liquor store where I swiped my credit card for $10,000 and bought a bottle of Macallan from the weekend era. As for the repayment date, if I even lived that long. But liquor alone wasn't enough. I dragged him to score some weed, then invite him to experience the ultimate pleasure in front of the roaring train. I wanted to fight impending death with the rush of near death. But this time, Frank hesitated.
I thought that we both wanted to be doing something crazy when we go.
I was talking about enjoying life.
Yeah.
Not ending it. I have a brand new liver. I'm not ready to slice it into pieces.
Oh, Frank, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. The sex was great.
Yeah.
In the end, Frank betrayed me. While I was passed out, he used my brand new phone pay gift from my sister to text my family. When I woke up, surrounded by their expectant, concerned gazes, I didn't feel warm. I felt suffocated. After the anger and disappointment, all that remains in my heart is determination. I pretended to compromise and tricked them into going outside, lured them outside, then escaped through the back door. But I never expected that traitor Frank to be waiting at the alley entrance, insisting he will accompany me to Costa Rica no matter what. Won't let me walk the last stretch alone. Costa Rica, that was my final destination. The air here was humid, carrying the fresh scent of plants after rain. Yet even the easily accessible painkillers here could no longer dull the bone-deep agony of pancreatic cancer.
Is pain back? You got enough pills left?
Plenty.
I could walk back to the village. Central Market's like a narco Kmart.
The first thing I did when I arrived in town was to ask Frank to buy me a gun first. I needed a final choice. That feeling of fate being entrusted to a single bullet was both terrifying and fascinating. Frank rushed over to grab the gun. It went off accidentally. The bullet grazed his left arm, leaving a wound that was almost symmetrical to the one on his right arm. He stared at his arm for a moment, then burst into laughter, laughing like a madman. And in that moment, I burst into tears. At night, I often felt such intense pain that I couldn't fall asleep. I was afraid of waking Frank, so I had to hide outside alone, stifling my moans.
Another.
How many have you had so far?
More.
No, it's too...
Please, please. I couldn't do it. Tried. But I was too afraid. I thought it would be easy, but I couldn't do it.
One early morning a few days later, I woke up. The morning glow that day was particularly beautiful. Be soft, pinkish purple hue edged with gold. The pain receded temporarily, and my mind was clear. I knew the time had come. I moved slowly, step by step, toward the sea. The soft sand left a long, lonely trail of footprints behind me. The seawater gently wrapped around my ankles, then my calves, until it reached my waist. Thank you, Frank, my final accomplice. For over 30 years, I have lived according to a meticulously planned life blueprint. He let me taste the freedom of going off the rails, and gave me the courage to bid farewell to the methodical self with my own hands. In the end, I chose to become part of nature. I did not struggle, nor did I feel fear, nor did I hold that 2% of false hope. There was only a soul that had finally found peace. My name is Bianca, I have lived and that is enough.